The story of the Great British Empire is a tale of immense power, ambition, and undying legacy. It is a narrative of expansion, conquest, innovation, colonization, and the eventual dissipation of its reign. From the cradle of civilization to a world power, the evolution of the British Empire is a grand historical spectacle. The origins of the British Empire can be traced back to the early 16th century when England, under the reign of Henry VIII, embarked on an era of sea exploration and trade. The stage was set for a series of expeditions that would later plant the seeds of a vast colonial empire. In the late 16th century, the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 secured England's naval dominance, opening the doors for further colonization and global ascension. The establishment of the Virginia Company in 1606 marked the commencement of England's territorial expansion in the New World. As the 17th century progressed, England's lust for new territories acquired unprecedented momentum. Colonization efforts in the Caribbean and North America brought lucrative trade opportunities and much-needed resources, strengthening the country's economic foothold. By the turn of the 18th century, England was rapidly accumulating dominion across the globe. With the Act of Union in 1707, the Kingdom of Great Britain was formed, incorporating England, Scotland, and Wales, further solidifying its power. The 18th century witnessed the British Empire burgeon in Asia. The formation of the East India Company consolidated its control over India by the end of the century. Concurrently, trade outposts in Africa and the Caribbean thrived, rich with the spoils of imperial conquest. The pinnacle of imperial dominance was arguably reached in the 19th century during the reign of Queen Victoria. England was not merely an empire, it was the empire, dictating global affairs with a grandeur and influence unrivaled in history. The 19th century was characterized by a series of landmark events that shaped the contours of imperial conquest. From the colonization of Australia's east coast to the declaration of Hong Kong as a British Crown colony, the empire's ubiquity was boundless. However, the 19th century also bore witness to powerful movements against colonialism. The Indian Rebellion of 1857, more popularly known as the Sepoy Mutiny, was a turning point in India's struggle for independence, sounding the death knell for British rule. The latter half of the 19th century marked the onset of new imperialism, characterized by intensified colonization efforts in Africa and Asia based on economic exploitation and the concept of the white man's burden. The scramble for Africa was well underway. The late 1800s and early 1900s witnessed the growth of anti-imperialist sentiments among nationalist movements. The Irish War of Independence, with its socio-political ramifications, underscored the fragility of imperial authority. World War I precipitated significant changes for the British Empire. The Treaty of Versailles underscored the shift towards decolonization, as the League of Nations mandated territories previously under imperial control. The interwar years brought further challenges for the empire. Economic depression, coupled with growing nationalist movements in India, Africa, and the Caribbean, entrenched the impetus for decolonization and independence. Despite these challenges, the British Empire experienced brief resurgence during World War II, only to decline drastically in the post-war period. The process of decolonization accelerated in the 1950s and 1960s, as countries demanded and attained their independence. Finally, in 1997, with the handover of Hong Kong to China, the British Empire officially ceased to exist. However, its historical, cultural, and linguistic legacies endure, infusing a shared identity for the countries that were once part of the Great Empire. The iconic landmarks, resilient institutions, and timeless literature of the empire exude an air of its glorious past, underscoring the indelible imprint that the British Empire has left on the global socio-political landscape. The story of the British Empire is not merely a chronicle of power and conquest. It is a testament to human endeavor, innovation, resilience, and the universal aspiration for independence and self-determination. In many ways, it is a microcosm of our shared human history. Even as the concept of imperialism battles new permutations in a world tethered by global interdependencies, the narrative of the British Empire endures, a living testament to the cyclical nature of history, to the rise and fall of empires and to the power of cultural and historical legacies.